What's up, y'all? It's Trey. I'm here with a movie review on the film Thanksgiving that was released in 2013 by filmmaker Eli Roth. You know, those who are familiar with horror, you've heard the name Eli Roth. You know some of his work. Some of his work includes the Hostel trilogies, Green Inferno, the Knock Knock movie, and also Death Wish. Just to name a few. This particular movie, when it was released, it was pretty much sought out to be a slasher, kind of comparable to the Scream, if you're familiar with Scream. And for the most part, this movie, it takes place on Thanksgiving, but it's actually the day after Thanksgiving, which we all know of as Black Friday. It takes place in the setting of Plymouth, Massachusetts. Pretty much a disaster took place that night. All the chaos that occurs on Black Friday. This pretty much takes place around that time. It's around a group of teens that ends up becoming haunted a year after let's just say the scenario took place. And they're all getting hunted down one by one by a unknown serial killer around the town. Pretty much, man, this movie hits the ground running, from start to finish. It's running. I mean, the first 30 minutes of the movie, man, hey, that movie right here, if you want to go in for some kills, gory kills, bloody kills, creative kills, this is the one. And, that scene, that opening scene was just, it really had me blown away out my seat. And I'm not even lying. So if you're here for some good kills and some gore, this is definitely the movie. I mean, the practical effects were amazing. I mean, they were really solid. I mean, it really showed that natural feel that when something was happening or a particular person got done a certain way, I mean, it looked like you was actually looking at it with your own two eyes. It doesn't look too much CGI. Well, really, it was one kill that has, CGI to it, but it's not just too overbearing to where it makes it look obviously fake, but it does pretty good for that right there. As far as for the serial killer itself, the serial killer himself is actually a masked serial killer, and the mask is supposed to be portrayed as, John Carver of back in the old Pilgrim days, to where that's pretty much a mask of who that is. I mean, but other than that, the killer in here, I mean, he's ruthless. I mean, once he steps foot on the scene, you know trouble about to happen. Somebody's not going to make it out alive, or if they do make it out alive, they're going to be dismembered in some kind of way. But 9 times out of 10, they ain't making it. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I mean, he's very intimidating. I mean, you could just feel his presence. I mean, the way that he walks around, he stalks his victims, chases his victims. I mean, he just, a very, scary character. And I could see him for many more to come in a sequel, if it is a sequel. I could actually see him actually starting to be a horror icon, honestly. I mean, his IQ with his victims, I mean, he's a very good slasher, I could actually see him on the rise with Art the Clown, Megan, just to name a few, as being some of the new faces of horror coming up. But aside from the fact of the John Carver mask, his attire, his clothes, he got a blacked out pilgrim outfit that looks pretty sinister, menacing, the all black look. I mean, his design is definitely unique and something new that, we haven't really seen or, been accustomed to. As far as the characters, I would say really the characters in the movie, they're your typical teen slasher characters. You have your jocks, You know, yeah, one of the jocks is a bully. You know, you have your innocent girl, which is the star lead, well, I would say final girl. Her name was Jessica. You have, you know, your eye candies, the two little other girls in the movies that's pretty much there to look good and, you know, just be there. Don't really serve any kind of big impact or factor in the movie. I mean, they were all pretty much just bland, you know, except for Jessica, the main lead. You know, she's really the only one that you're rooting for in this movie. You know, she's likable versus the rest of them, because none of the rest of the characters, you don't, you know, feel nothing to them. You don't have no kind of emotion to them, no drawn impact to them. The only one that you would really care and hope that you see alive is Jessica. But other than that, the rest of the characters, they could fall by the wayside, and you just gonna love it because you're gonna come to watch the kills, correct? So more kills, the better. I agree. So that's pretty much how it is with the characters. You know, you don't really feel nothing for them. You know, they do dumb stuff in the movie. Along from the side of the main cast, you have your side kill characters. They doing dumb stuff. Obviously, situations that in real life you would not do. They're doing the total opposite because, you know, the movie need kills. But other than that, I'm not complaining because the kills are far very creative and something that, you know, I haven't seen in nothing lately, you know. But as far as that, you know, this movie, it's not, I wouldn't say the movie is super rewatchable. I could watch this movie, you know, I could see myself putting this movie on every Thanksgiving, every year or every other year or something like that. It's not nothing that I'll be checking on or checking for throughout the whole year. Like, oh man, shoot, you know what I feel like watching today? Let me watch Thanksgiving. Nah, I won't be saying that. But you know, other than that, that's a good movie. I mean, it's very good. I mean, real directed, real well filmed. I mean, it's good. I mean, you definitely get your money's worth watching it. But you know, another point I want to touch on is the whodunit scenario. You know, you got your whodunit movies, Scream, you know, different stuff like that. Really with that right there, it's a good whodunit scenario, but I've been watching horror pretty much all my life. I've been watching every horror movie that's out there pretty much. And when it comes to the whodunit scenario, if you're new to the whodunit, I would say towards the third act, you could probably put two and two together and figure out who the killer is. But, you know, for somebody like me that's been watching this type of movies for a long time, you know, throughout the years, I put two and two together, I would say towards the beginning of the second act, you know, because you could always find this one character, specific character in the movie, to where what kind of situation happens, somebody gets killed or somebody got attacked, this one character is right there every single time. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I put two and two together. You know, they try to throw you little decoys and have you thinking it's this person, have you thinking it's that person. But at the end of the day, it's not them. So, you know, I'll let you be the judge on that. Not going to speak too far onto that because this is a non-spoiler. But, you know, but the whodunit, it was simple. If you've been watching these type of movies all your life or been watching these type of movies for very often, you'll know. But, you know, other than that, aside from the, you know, lousy characters and, you know, the typical horror behind the movie, I mean, the movie is great. Good quality. I mean, great kills. I mean, I can't dwell on the kills enough. The kills are good.
Let's see.
The actors are good, but the characters, you know, they're just not likable characters except for the final girl, Jessica. You know, but, you know, it's a new slasher. If it's a second one, I will be going to see it. I mean, it just is what it is. I like this movie. You know, I will be going to see the second one, and I recommend you to go see this one. And if you like it, hey, give the second one a chance, you know, when it comes out. You know, but other than that, if you would like a spoiler version of this, you know, let me know. Get this video up, 10 likes, and subscribe, please, you know. for further, movie news, reviews, or anything that you might want to see. Because, it's possible. If you've seen it, I've seen it too.